As the sun began to set over the rugged terrain of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore stood tall, surrounded by the thick brush of the African bush. The setting was no accident. It was a deliberate choice to underscore the determination of a leader committed to restoring peace and stability to his beleaguered nation. Traore's decision to deliver his speech from such a setting was a powerful statement, a symbolic gesture that mirrored the resilience and resolve of the Burkinabe people. In choosing the bush over the comfort of a formal setting, Traore demonstrated his unwavering commitment to the cause of national liberation, echoing the spirit of the independence fighters who had once taken refuge in these very surroundings. Traore's speech on the 63rd anniversary of Burkina Faso's independence was not just a reflection on the past. It was a call to action, a rallying cry for a nation under siege by terrorism and imperialism. The speech began with a note of reverence, as Traore gave thanks to Almighty God for the opportunity to stand before the nation on such a momentous day. His gratitude was not just for the present moment, but for the endurance and survival of a nation that has weathered countless storms. By invoking divine providence, Traore positioned himself as a leader guided by higher principles, one who is deeply connected to the spiritual and cultural values of the Burkinabe people. Traore's homage to the fallen fighters and those still battling on the front lines was a poignant reminder of the human cost of Burkina Faso's ongoing struggle. His words were a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of those who had laid down their lives for the nation, as well as those who continue to fight for its future. By acknowledging the suffering and resilience of the wounded and bedridden, Traore connected with the pain and hardship experienced by countless families across the country. His prayer for their recovery and for the peaceful rest of the departed underscored his deep empathy and commitment to the well-being of every Burkinabe citizen. The speech then took a decisive turn as Traore issued a stern warning to the local lackeys of imperialism, both within Burkina Faso and beyond its borders. His words were a direct challenge to those who, in his view, had betrayed their country by aligning with foreign powers that seek to exploit and dominate the nation. Traore's call for these individuals to change their stance and work towards national unity was both a plea and a threat. He made it clear that the time for appeasement was over and that Burkina Faso would no longer tolerate those who stood in the way of its quest for peace and sovereignty. In this context, Traore's speech became a broader critique of the forces that have plagued Burkina Faso for years. He identified terrorism as a manifestation of imperialism, a violent expression of the same forces that had historically sought to subjugate the African continent. Traore's analysis of the situation was both astute and compelling. He linked the current violence to a long history of exploitation and oppression, suggesting that the fight against terrorism was also a fight against the remnants of colonialism and neocolonialism. The speech also highlighted the challenges faced by Burkina Faso's military and security forces. Traore acknowledged the deficiencies in manpower, equipment, and organization that had hampered the nation's ability to defend itself effectively. However, he also outlined the steps that had been taken to address these issues, including the recruitment of thousands of new soldiers and the creation of specialized battalions. Traore's emphasis on the importance of a professional, well-equipped army was a clear signal that he understood the gravity of the situation and was committed to taking the necessary actions to protect the nation. Traore's appeal to the people of Burkina Faso to support their own defense efforts was a bold and unprecedented move. It was a call for self-reliance, a rejection of dependency on foreign aid or intervention. By asking the people to take ownership of the struggle, Traore was empowering them, giving them a direct stake in the outcome of the conflict. This approach was not just about raising funds, it was about fostering a sense of collective responsibility and national pride. Traore was asking the Burkinabe people to invest not just their money, but their hearts and souls in the fight for their nation's future. The speech also touched on broader issues of economic and social development. Traore spoke of the need for Burkina Faso to achieve food self-sufficiency and to develop its agricultural and industrial sectors. His vision for the nation's future was one of self-sustaining growth, where the people of Burkina Faso could produce, transform, and consume their own resources. This was not just a practical plan for economic development. It was a statement of independence, a rejection of the economic models that had kept Burkina Faso dependent on foreign powers. Traore's call for regional cooperation, particularly within the Sahel, was another key aspect of his speech. He recognized that Burkina Faso's struggles were not unique, but were shared by neighboring countries like Mali and Niger. The creation of the Sahelian States Alliance, AES, was a bold step towards greater regional integration, one that Traore hoped would lead to both military and economic cooperation. His vision was of a unified Sahel, where borders were not barriers but bridges, and where the peoples of the region could work together to create a peaceful and prosperous future. In the final part of his speech, Traore addressed the workers of Burkina Faso, acknowledging the sacrifices they had already made and asking for even greater efforts in the coming year. He announced plans for increased contributions to the national effort from both the public and private sectors, as well as measures to improve the welfare of the nation's soldiers. Traore's commitment to the well-being of the armed forces was clear. He understood that the success of their mission depended not just on strategy and equipment, but on the morale and support of the troops on the ground. Throughout his speech, Traore's message was one of determination and resilience. He spoke with the conviction of a leader who is fully committed to his nation's cause, one who is willing to make the tough decisions and sacrifices necessary to secure a better future for Burkina Faso. The setting of the speech, in the bush, was a powerful metaphor for the struggle that lies ahead. It was a reminder that the path to peace and independence is not an easy one, but it is a path that must be walked if Burkina Faso is to achieve its destiny. As Traore concluded his speech, he left the people of Burkina Faso with a clear message. The fight for freedom, peace, and true independence is far from over, but it is a fight that they must win together. His words were a call to action, a rallying cry for all Burkinabe to stand up and take control of their nation's future. Traore's speech was not just a reflection on the past, but a roadmap for the future, one that requires the active participation of every citizen. In this moment of national reflection and determination, we too must recognize the importance of standing together as one people, united in our quest for a better future. Let us heed the call of Captain Ibrahim Traore and commit ourselves to the cause of peace, freedom, and true independence. The road ahead may be long and difficult, but with unity, courage, and determination, there is no challenge that the people of Burkina Faso cannot overcome. So as you reflect on the words of Captain Ibrahim Traore, take a moment to consider how you can contribute to this noble cause, whether through supporting national efforts, engaging in community development, or simply spreading the message of unity and resilience. Every action counts. Let us all come together and do our part to ensure that Burkina Faso's future is bright and prosperous. The time is now, the cause is just, and the people of Burkina Faso are ready to rise to the challenge. Together we will prevail.